So we finished vertical parts of a shelf unit. This is a side. We go like this against the wall. We have another 2 of those, and between them will be shelves. Also, what I have to do in the front of that vertical part, I need to attach solid piece of a timber into which I will eventually attach hinges for the foldable workbench. So let's get to it. Isn't this just satisfying when you look at it? We had calculations. Yeah, we will hide it. So, I create the notches. This is the front. In that front, I will then insert this piece of a timber, because this one will have hinges attached to it. Hinges that will hold the foldable workbench. And these 2 ugly, uneven pieces, I will actually cut them. Both of them will be 5 centimeters, and they will go. One will go here, and the other one will go there. Those will serve to hold the structure to the wall, and also so it doesn't go haywire. I have to cut those 2 uneven pieces, or uneven. Make them 5 centimeter thick, wide. One of those, and then prepare this piece of a timber. And by preparing, I mean that I will have to create a similar notch to this one on it, so it click into itself or into each other like a puzzle. So it's gonna be pretty. My trusty pegs. That's done. And now it would be necessary to attach it to the wall. In ideal world, I would either drill a holes in these, drill a hole in a wall, put a wall plugs there, use screws that would be long enough with a huge washers here. Perfect. In another scenario, in an ideal world, I would have a bracket. So I would use a brackets to actually. I have an idea. I have a wall plugs, but that's it. I have a short screws, 40 millimeters. So what I'm going to do, I have this. I will use it to attach it to the wall. now let me introduce you to my friend. It came with a house. Dum, do, 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 do. You might be asking, what the hell is that? Spirit level. It's so cool, to be honest. Yep. Now when it's in level, let's attach the part so it doesn't go anywhere else. You might be wondering, why are you using so many screws? Like here, 3 short screws, there 3 short screws, there 4 short screws. Let me tell you why. I discovered online auctions. Bad thing. I have it. These screws, I have 10,000 pieces or something like that. And that's just one box. I have a couple more boxes. Oops. So, honestly, regards this, there are a couple things I really don't like. Like these mistakes, don't know if you can see it, but there is a gap. And same here, I really don't like it. Cover it up. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. If you do some mistake, the best way is to cover it. Hide it. Planks I'm going to reuse, so now it's time to cut them, attach them to the structure. So let's do it. So we have a planks cut, and I'm actually quite happy with the colors, to be honest. So happy that even though some of the planks are, well, I don't know if you will see it, but it's slightly, the edges are bent outwards. So smart way actually to put this plank to the table it would be to turn it around and screw it this way. But I actually like the colors so much that, yeah, I will not do it. But I'm doing it deliberately. That's rather important to say. I know the way it should be done, but I'm refusing to do it because, oh, it just looks so cool. White, red, yeah. Why not? Right now what I have to do is to attach those planks to the frame. And when that is done, more interesting part, and that's actually attaching the workbench to the structure. not very sure what height I want to have that workbench at. To be honest, originally I was thinking that this is going to be the height where the workbench is gonna be. So it would be like here. Just doesn't feel right. So what I'm thinking right now, I would put it at this height. So I can very comfortably do something here without being bent or anything. So I probably made up my mind it's gonna be there. So now hinges, what I will do with them, I probably will chisel it into the surface, and now because of my decision I will have to chisel it there as well. As you can see, I dismantled the table. Originally it was attached here. When I tried to actually close it, it was remaining in angle, so it was not directly resting against the construction, and I actually don't like it. So what I'm going to do, I will do what I was originally planning. I will attach the hinges to this horizontal beam and mount the legs, and I will start with shelves, so I can actually put some tools already inside. Too messy here. I need to create some space. So let's get to it. Ta-da! Table is mounted. I like it way much than before. Before there was a gap. It's actually following my original plan. This was not wasted. So what I have to do right now, there are two things. I have to create the legs for the table. I decided to use these for the legs. Yeah, why not? I will cut two of these, attach them via hinge to the table for additional support on the other side. I also want to create some sort of a wedge that I would attach here. I want that table to rest on it. I don't want those hinges to be the only way that's holding this side, if that makes sense. So, and now we have two legs. So our table could go for a walk and run away. Ta-da! Okay, that works. And it's actually cool. I really like it. So, now it's time to figure out something that would support the table on the side of a construction. I will take a piece of wood, screw it to the construction, the way that when the table is open, this part is laying on the wood. If the hinges would be giving up, or if there would be really heavy load on the table, this or that wedge should, in theory, hold it. When I was building the structure, I end up with quite a few pieces. This timber. I will cut it so it fits nicely and snugly, and then attach it to the construction. That's it. Easy peasy. Finally, first time I'm going to do something on a table. No more kneeling on the ground and being unpleasantly bent. Now, nothing is impossible. So let's finish it. Okay, I will be honest. This piece for here, I cut it 3 times. Why? Because I suck. I'm brutally. I wanted to look very good, you know, and fit snugly on a close-up, but no. See how bad I am actually, and maybe that will encourage you that your work might not be so bad as mine. So sit down and get ready to be scared. So this was my first try. You can fit 4 pencil there. This one was another one, and this one was the third one. Again, God, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Who cares? It's gonna work. The main thing is that this part, it's sitting there, so I will actually use all 3 of them. I just wanted to show you how bad I am at woodworking. Get it. So, it is done. Yeah, perfect. It doesn't look nice, but it's functional. Finally, I have my little workshop. I'm happy the way it turned out. Finally, I have a workbench. Solid enough to bear my weight. Spacious, actually. When you look at it, it's really... Yeah. So, what next? There are 2 options. Either I will focus on this workbench, because let's be honest, there is quite a lot to do. Some skirting board at the top to cover ugly bits. Also some decorative strips over this. Also some sort of a system that would hold that table up. Also some pulley system that would help me to take it down and up. But pulley system would be very interesting because I would make everything out of the wood. I'm not going to spend money for pulleys, so yeah. Definitely let me know what you think about pulleys made out of the wood. So that's one option. So either I will focus on that bench, or there's quite a few projects I would like to do. Starting with a headpiece for a bed, some shelves, coat hangers, decorations for a wall. Yeah. So if you are interested in very cheap DIY home improvements, definitely stick around. I am planning to do a lot of interesting things out of very cheap materials. But it's gonna look better. Definitely better than this. But even this will look good after I will do a few last touches, let's say. So, I hope that you like it. If you like it, let me know down in the comments. And see you next time.